if you have clicked on this video, you're probably involved in AI development, being an AI engineer, running an AI agency, or having something related to an AI, like selling AI to local businesses or to medium-sized businesses or even large businesses. And you have probably clicked on this video wondering, everyone is talking about Claude Code, everyone is talking about right now ClaudeBot and all of those other agentic workflows. People are talking about softwares, how you can leverage them. And here's this random guy talking about ego and AI agency. What is this about? Well, if that is the case, then maybe I was successful with the hook, but I want to give you something which is not necessarily a mainstream, not a trendy thing, and this is why you will not really see a content like this, but I'm going to make a point, which is hopefully going to be very useful to you and to anyone watching this. If you're an AI developer, it's going to help you. If you're selling AI to local business or medium-sized businesses, it's going to help you. So if you're wondering why we were going to talk about ego and why there's this gentleman you're probably familiar with here as a picture, let me just explain. So look, here, if you know anything about history and you've recognized the gentleman on the picture is Napoleon. And I was recently reading his biography, and I just realized that his fall. So obviously there is a lot more context, there are more nuances to the story, but one of the biggest factors that made his empire fall was and hold on, I know you're clicked for some sort of AI content, but I'm gonna make my point in a second. One of the factors that caused his empire to fall was his ego, right? He was too egoistical, he was a bit arrogant, he forgot to look over a couple of details, he refused to make decisions that he should have made, and just ego drove him to fall, right? And thinking about this story and also reading another book, as I was just, because I recently started to read a lot and watch a lot of history, becoming a proper geek. Yeah, I just realized that ego is a very, very, very dangerous thing, and especially in the AI area, if no one knows about AI, pretty much nothing, because most people are not really into AI, and if you literally spend like 2 weeks watching videos about AI, you will know more about AI than 99% of people that you're going to speak to, right? So that can create this ego, like, oh, I'm this tough guy, I know a lot about AI, I'm an expert, and it's a very fucking dangerous place. So look, I'm going to make a couple of my points. Hopefully it's going to help you, because look, that's the first point I wanted to deliver in this video. As you are going to start to learn about AI, and as you are start to expand your circle of competence and your knowledge and your understanding, you will soon realize that, whoa, I can speak to people, I can educate people, I speak to business owners, and they're very fascinated with how much I know about AI, and they're like, whoa, and that's going to build up your ego very often, and you need to be very aware, and hopefully I'm going to deliver this message with that video. Be aware of your ego, because as you're going to be learning about AI, you may hit like a look. Let's just say, let's just move to drawing. Look, let's say this graph is expanding. This graph is going to explain your AI development, right? Let's say here's time, okay, and here is like your actual info. I'm gonna write, okay, 997 school community. Look, and let's say this graph is like explaining how you are actually going to learn. Let's just say you start and you know really much nothing. As time goes on, you start to learn, and here at this point, let's say you have a conversation with a business owner, because you're like, whoa, I don't really know that much about the space, I don't really know what's going on, and I have to figure out, what is this Claude Code, what is this ClaudeBot, how can I use it, what is even API, how can I sell it to businesses, what is N8N, what is automation, like how to do it, like you don't know anything about the space. And as you will start to learn, you will just expand your knowledge, and you will be more knowledgeable in the space, right? Obviously, cause and effect. And let's say at this point here, this blue dot I'm gonna draw. Let's say here you have an experience which is going to cause you to think like, yeah, you're this, you know a lot, because let's say you speak to a business owner, 45, owner of 3 car mechanic shops in LA, right? And he's gonna be like, whoa, son, you know a lot about AI. You're just in this young cats and you know a lot. Or I don't know, however those people speak. Probably was horrible. Yeah, just interpretation of how, I've seen some people in US speak like this, but let's just say they're going to really just stroke your ego. Say, oh, son, you know a lot. You're this, you're gonna take over the world. Damn. Like I've had it happen to me in the past, right? When some people who don't really know much about AI are very impressed with your knowledge. And if you're not gonna be careful, what's gonna happen is, you may either plateau with your skill, or even worse, as AI is going to be expanding and you need to be expanding your circle of competence and understanding the field, maybe because of that ego, you will start to slowly drop your progress. I think you started to understand with the point I'm trying to make with this video. A lot of people in this space have basic understanding of AI. Compared to, let's say, some AI engineers that are, let's say, working behind Claude or Google DeepMind or whatever else, we don't know shit. Like there are people with PhDs on AI, there are people who actually know this in and out, so you're not really that great. And there are people who know way more because you have understood basic prompting and what an N8N is and what is a Claude API and how you can build automations. That doesn't mean you know anything about AI. Matter of fact, it can create a dangerous illusion that you know something, right? And there are obviously other points that I'm making on this channel as I'm scaling my own AI agency. Look, so here's the thing. I really want you to pay attention to your ego, and when you feel great, like when you feel like you're. And I'm not saying to punish yourself and create this negative speech like, yeah, I'm so horrible. That's not the point. But just be aware that you are not aware of how much things you don't know yet. So just think to yourself, yeah, like I've done, like here, let's say that happens. You can just say to yourself, well, yeah, let me just be happy and let me just be proud of myself because yeah, I did make some progress and I did learn that and I did impress that guy, but there's still so much to learn. I still need to push, I still need to learn. And then you can expand your growth, right? And you can actually grow your understanding, you can actually grow your skill set, you can actually get better. And obviously in economical exchanges, very often you get heavily rewarded for being the most competent person in the industry, right? The more competency you have, the more knowledgeable and skillful you are, the more money you will be able to extract from the market, obviously, right? And obviously there is a wide skill set that you need to acquire to be called competent as an entrepreneur, and I have a long way to get there, but I hope you can get the point. So look, that's the thing. That's the first point I wanted to make. Really be careful of your AI scaling graph. And also, let me right now draw a couple of circles, right? I'm just gonna draw this circle, and this circle. And you probably wonder to yourself, well, what is this guy drawing? So I'm gonna draw this, okay? I'm gonna draw this, okay? And then at the end, I'm gonna draw this. So another point I wanted to make with ego, because the point of this video is just really be careful as to what you are telling yourself, because the point where you will start to think that you know so much and you don't need to learn is the point where there's going to be a hungry young guy who's going to take you over and take your business over because he will think that he still needs to learn because he's in his come up phase, and he will just outlearn and outwork you. So be careful. So this green box is what you know. Like this is called circle of competence, by the way, right? So the green area are the things that you actually know. Let's say the green area is going to be representing here. Let's say that's representing like your basic understanding of APIs, right? Basic understanding of maybe N8N, right? Maybe basic understanding of prompting, right? So you have your prompting and all the other skills that you may know right now, right? This is what you know. Like this is what you actually know. Then there are things, this blue area, which is things you know that you do not know. Maybe here, in this area is going to be Python, right? Or Java, right? Like some programming languages, like Java, Python, maybe basic cybersec, right? Cybersec, so cybersec, Python, Java, like the things that you know that you do not really know. And this big red area is the things that you do not know that you even do not know. So this is the area which you really need to look out for, and this is where you need to really keep your eyes open. Really do not fall into the delusion that you're this amazing person, and even if you are, it's still better to not believe that. So here are things, and that's the ironic thing, I cannot even tell you, because in this area, there are things that I don't know that I yet don't know. So this is the ironic point. Like here's what you know you don't know, and here are all the things that you do not know, you don't know that you do not know. Maybe some very some advanced cybersecurity tactic to make your automations better. Maybe that you don't even know that because you don't even know that exists, right? This is just a circle of things that you do not know that you do not know. And I want you to look at this graph and understand this point and really be fucking careful, because the more you expand this circle and the more you expand this circle, so let's say you're going to expand this blue circle and this green circle, like here, let me just quickly draw it. Let's say you're expanding this circle where you expand the things you know that you do not know, right? And you expand the circle of things that you know and your competence. And that will allow you to compete better, and that will allow you to just charge more money for your automations, be better, deliver better to customers, and just overall be better. And overall, another thing is just really do not lie to yourself. Really be aware of yourself. Be hyper aware. Get your ego out of the way, not only to continue progressing, but also to be aware of what you actually know. Because let me tell you something. If your circle of competence, the thing that you actually know is here, and you're gonna try to play somewhere here, and you don't know, actually, this is not in your circle of competence, but that part is going to be in the circle of competence of somebody else, you're going to get beaten. So try to be objectively aware of what is your circle of competence, expand it as soon as you can, and play in your circle of competence, and do not lie to yourself. Do not fool to yourself that you're better than you actually are, because it is a really fucking dangerous place in AI. Because let's say you think to yourself, yeah, I mean, I can code Python, I can code Java, and I'm very great at cybersec. Let me take a 6-figure contract from a huge insurance company. I'm gonna build it because I know Claude Code. Well, my friend, you can make some serious problems for yourself. So just keep your ego out of the way. Just because you know more than most people, that doesn't mean you're amazing. And look, if that hurts, that message hurts. I'm not claiming even that. Look, I am even saying that to myself. I don't know a lot of things. I am still on I'm still in the journey. I still have a fuck ton of things to figure out. And my circle of competence, that now that I think about it, is like little tiny. I don't know anything right yet. And I'm even if that hurts, I'm genuinely sending this message out to other AI agency owners, developers, and other people, because I genuinely believe that can help you. Because if you are aware of what your circle of competence is and you're gonna stay humble, you're gonna beat the people that are not humble and they know something that they do not know. So the point of this video is understand your circle of competence, understand what you know and what you do not know, play in the circle of your competence, expand it, be really self-critical and self-aware, and don't stop progressing in this graph of like what you know about AI and what you do and the timeline, and learn from history. So that's the point of this video. Hopefully that helps. Take care.